Hello, my name is Ingtik. I'm an English teacher from Hubsgul province, Дэлгэрмөрön complex school. Today's our topic is recycling. Our goal is you will study the review of the words related to the recycling, and we study and practice active and passive models. And today's objectives are we're going to do exercises and to read the text about the recycling and to talk about the recycled things and to study the structure and to work together. Now, let's look at the video and talk and think about the recycled things. Now, look at news about the recycled things. She is talking about the recycled things. And the plastic bottles, so 12% of USA, the garbage of plastic bottles. And please look at this video carefully. How much and how many recycled plastic bottles do we have each year? Now look at this carefully and think of it. And this is the garbage and plastic bottles, 167 bottles each year we have. And this amount of numbers, bottles, we throw it every year. Okay. Now let's look at this picture. This is garbage. So how much garbage do you throw a day? How much garbage do you throw a day? Do you use all things and use things? And what do you do for living in a clean environment? Look at this picture again and think of these questions. Now, look at this picture and let's look at these words. And let's match the words to the words. Number one, bottles. These are bottles. And cans, newspapers, used newspapers, and plastic bottles, and handbag, which is made of newspaper, and lights, which is made of bottles, and the kitchen tile, which is made of cans, and the recycle bin, which is made of plastic bottles. And we use the newspapers and we can make bags. And we can use used bottles, the lights. Also we can use with the cans, the kitchen tile, and also we can use the used plastic bottles and we can use the recycle bin. Okay, now, so please look at these pictures again and enjoy this picture and what things can you make of the old and used things. This car is made of cans and this is the car decoration. And look at this picture. This toy car is made of the old and used cans. This is the toy racing car. And now, look at this. This is a boat. This boat is made of used bottles. And this is the light, which is made of bottles. And also, you can look at this picture. So we can also use the toy plane made of the used cans. And also You can make some boxes and bags made of used newspapers. And please look again. This is the newspaper handbag, and this is also a newspaper hat. This is the boots, which is made of plastic bottles, and this is also a house which is made of the old bottles. This is the recycle bin. Recycle bin, which is made of old bottles, plastic bottles, and this is the Christmas decorations, which is made of plastic bottles. So you can use many things of old and used things. Now please read this text and guess the meaning of the new words. Please look at this logo. This is logo of recycling, and we can use the reuse and reduce and recycle. Now please read the text carefully and try to understand the meaning. Reuse means use of old things in new ways. Every day we buy a lot of things from the shop, but we use them just in once. For example, when we finish oil, we throw away the plastic bottles into the recycle bin. We never think that we can make the plastic bottles as a container for milk or as a flower pot. Reduce. Reduce means to make something smaller in size, number of price. When we go out, we can see a lot of garbage everywhere. It makes our environment uncomfortable and our body unhealthy. Why can't we stop throwing away garbage everywhere? There are many recycle bins around the streets. Also, we need to reduce the amount of garbage we create. For example, eco-friendly bags can be used by shoppers to buy food. We should avoid using plastic bags. Our factories should use smaller quantities of packing materials to rob the same product. Recycle. It means everything can be used again. Nowadays, many factories produce new products from cans, bottles, old clothes, and even leftover food. As a result of these new ideas, we can use many new products every day. For example, as we see, bottles can be used as a designed light. Newspapers can be used as a fashionable handbag. Cans can be used as a modern kitchen tile. And plastic bottles can be used as a practical recycle bin. Finally, when we reuse, reduce, and recycle things around us, we can keep our environment clean and comfortable. Let's look for new ideas for 3 Rs: reuse, reduce, and recycle. Now, look at this logo again. This means reuse, reduce, and recycle. Now, think of the text again and answer the questions. Number 1, how many words can you see from the logo on top? What are they? These 3 are reuse, reduce, and recycle. 3 are. How many words can you see there? What do they mean? What 3 R's mean? How can you reuse a plastic bottle? How can you reduce garbage? What things can we produce using bottles, newspapers, cans, and plastic bottles? The last one is, how can we keep our environment clean? How can we keep our environment clean? Now, let's study the grammar and practice. We can keep our environment clean. Plastic bottles can be turned into a recycling bin. We can use can as a modal verb to express possibility in the mentioned sentence. We can use can in a possibility in a mentioned sentence. Can with main verb was used in active form in the first sentence to clarify a subject. And can with main verb was used in a passive form in the second sentence to clarify an action. This is an active form. Active. We can mention the subject, and this is an passive form. Passive form. We can point at the object. So we are talking about the active sentence and the passive sentence. Now, please look at these sentences, and you have to complete this sentence with the correct form of the modal verb can. Can be there active or passive. Number 1, people can protect nature. Number 2, many things can recycle again. 3, we can reuse most of things we buy every day. 4, old materials can use to make new products. 5, you can use a plastic bottle as a container. 6, air pollution can reduce by new technology. You have to put these modal verbs in an active or passive form. Now, please, let's check your answers. Number 1 is, we can mention the subject, and we can use in an active. Active. And number 2, many things as an object, we can use can be recycled, or we can use passive form of the verb. And also next, we can reuse most of things we buy every day. We use here as an object, and this sentence is active. Active. And next one, old materials is object, and we use this as a passive. And next, you is the subject, and we can use modal verb as a active form. And next one is, this one is as a object, and we can use the modal verb as a passive form. Okay, now let's write your homework. Your homework is making a list of things that you can reduce, reuse, or recycle. Reduce plastic bags. What can you do with that? Reuse plastic bottles, recycle clothes. We can make a vase, a bag, or else we can reduce plastic bags or plastic bottles or something else. And we can reuse plastic bottles, old clothes, and also something else. And we can use recycled clothes, plastic bags, plastic bottles, and something else. You can add some more things for these things. And what can we make? A vase, a bag, or else? House, bin, and something else. Please make a list. At least you have to write 3 to 5 words for each line. Okay, the lesson's over. Thank you for your attention.